Every human being is in search of truth, knowingly or unknowingly, because truth alone will satisfy a person permanently. So my reading life also started at the age of 8 when I read My Permanence with Truth by Mahatma Gandhi. At the age of 10, I was inspired by Shanti vision of Rabindranath Tagore. Imagining myself, visualizing myself sitting under those trees and learning all the things that beauties of life. At the age of 15, I was reading 2 volumes of Indian philosophy by Pandit Radhakrishnan. By 17, 18, I was reading Shakespeare, Chaucer, Milton, Spencer, Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and all these people. Then I started reading everything: geography, philosophy, history. I used to go to libraries and sit there from morning to evening, read every book in the library. What I like about myself is my being voracious about books. I want the company of books. I want the company of extraordinary people. And I could meet all the extraordinary people only in the books, not in my relations, not in my friends group. But I was fascinated by great masters, great geniuses who wrote these great books. Plato's Republic, Plato's Dialogues. Then I would read all the books of Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, all the Upanishads, all the Tibetan Book of the Dead, Egyptian Book of the Dead, all the Sufi saints, all the Jewish saints, all the Christian saints, St. Francis of Assisi. So I am fascinated with great minds. Not that I am not fascinated with ordinary minds. I like to interact with ordinary minds. Every poor watchman, every poor rickshaw puller, there is native wisdom with everybody, with ordinary people, but there is great wisdom with great people. Native wisdom from every ordinary person and great wisdom from every great master. If I used to go in a train, somebody would sit by my side. I would like to know what you are. Who are you? Please tell me, enlighten me. Why are you going to Delhi? What work you have got? I was interested in every ordinary man's life and every great man's life. Every great man through their books and every ordinary man through conversation. So that's how I was eager for truth from every side. It's a lifetime of eagerness for truth, collecting the truth. And out of this huge collection of my truth, something has to come out. And what has come out is the Pyramid Spiritual Society movement.
Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. Welcome to the 5th day of the program. This week we've been learning overview of meditation and how in general it is very beneficial to all of us and what happens in meditation. We're also understanding an overview of a spiritual practice. We said there are 4 components of spiritual practice that we must examine: meditation, knowledge, awareness, and a life force. That wisdom is essential. Jnana, wisdom is jnana. Jnanan muktihi. Mukti is liberation, liberation out of suffering. So jnanan muktihi. Jnanagni dagda karmanam. Means if all the past is dissolved, then what do we have? We have total liberation from suffering. the four things that we've examined: meditation, knowledge, wisdom, awareness, and life force. The second component, knowledge, is so essential. The reason I came into practice and the reason I loved from what Patriji was talking is that he said, go and learn from everybody. True spirituality is telling you that there is infinity to learn. If it's unlimited, if we are unlimited, if the energy field is unlimited, and so there's infinite things to learn. If you want to experience the whole unlimited, you have to learn unlimited. There are so many dimensions to this whole spiritual science, whole creation. Essentially, we have to demystify things. Suppose we have this concept of ghost. We can live the whole life in fear of saying that there is ghost, and so let me avoid a route that goes towards cemeteries. The concept of bad signs. Avoid the routes with the moment something comes. Now we can live in those fears and limitations, or we can demystify what is a ghost. Is there anything called ghost? Is it harmful? What is that phenomena? How does it happen? If you look into it, dear friend, there are plenty of answers. There are answers from spiritual science subjects. We can say every time all bad things are happening to me, so I'm a very, very unlucky person, brand ourselves as unlucky, and then stay there. Forever, the whole lifetime, I'm the most unlucky person. I'm most I'm a person who just does not get anything right in my life. We can say that way and then be that, or we can explore a little bit more. The spiritual science is giving you answers that if there are challenges coming, if there are issues happening, there is a reason for why they're happening. And then in most cases, we ourselves are taking challenges to go through them, to overcome certain limitations that we may have had in the past about ourselves, preparing us for something greater. There is a different perspective. So the knowledge liberates us. When we have a limited thinking that I am the most unlucky person, so nothing goes right, we can live the life that way. Or we read the books from Richard Bach, we read the book from Sale, Jane Roberts, and then we understand that, okay, there isn't anything called unlucky. That word itself does not exist for a spiritual practitioner. Luck and unluck don't exist at all for a spiritual practitioner. They don't exist. Those words will be removed from the dictionary. Because everything is created through our thought. Everything is coming through our design. We have a different perspective. Jnana muktihi, so liberation through jnana, so wisdom. Now that wisdom gets deep into our subconscious layers when we meditate regularly. Otherwise, it'll be just a whole set of books that are there reading and knowledge. It just remains intellectual, does not become practical. We don't go into the B state. Meditation and wisdom combined, dear friends. We have a great combination going to start understanding life differently. In the year 2005, I came across this point that regret has no meaning. Things happen, stuff happens. We're not necessarily perfect. Nobody is perfect. And so things happen. Mistakes happen. Mistakes the way that you have an agreement with somebody. There is a mistake that can happen, something that is not in line with somebody. Doesn't mean that we go on regretting and regretting and regretting that why did I do this? Because if you do it, then if you keep regretting, then you regret more. Regret breeds new regretful experiences. I recognized, I understood, that deeply hit the point. And so I practiced and said, okay, so stuff happens, get over it, let it go. So what can I do? It's over. But I can learn from it and say, I will not repeat it. But at no point regretting about it. Knowledge, dear friends, is very essential for us to move from where we are to a more liberating, freer, more expansive life. Our path is a knowledge path, a wisdom path, Dhyana Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, both. That's why Patriji emphasized that read and read and read, and they're very open about it. He's the last one who said, read only mine. He said, read from everybody, take the best from everybody. The moment I came into the practice, dear friends, so they recommended, Patriji's recommended list of some 25 books were there. Then this was in 2002, 99, 2002. The moment I got the list, I immediately called Sai Kumar Garu and said, please send me a book, the list of all 25 books. It is that time, so maybe 3,000, 4,000 rupees there. And he sent me all the books. And I read all the books. All the books. Richard Bach books, Swami Rama books, Yogananda Paramahംsa books, Neil Donald Walsh books, Betty Crocker books, James Redfield, Deepak Chopra books are there. There are so many other authors' books are there. Osho's books are there. I read this book called Conversation with God, book 1 by Neil Donald Walsh. When I was reading through a lot of these books, one of them is this one. And that book changed my perspectives of life. That book gave me answers for everything. I call this book my book of enlightenment. Understanding that we are much more than the body, so we don't have to limit ourselves from where we are. And then everything is in us. Everything is in us. This understanding came to me and I read that book. So, dear friends, we emphasize, and if you want to make most out of this program, and then of course you want to practice, if you want to progress in spiritual practices, then reading books in our practice, parallel to meditation, reading books is very, very essential. Patanjali Maharshi, who is the strongest proponent of meditation and sage from India. In the Yama Niyamas, he defined a path for liberation. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. There are 8 levels, eight steps are there. It talks about Swadhyaya is a very, very important aspect. Tapaha Swadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanena Kriya Yoga. He talks about this is an important aspect. Swadhyaya means knowledge of self. Knowing about ourselves through the study of self and then study of everybody. Reading, listening, satsang, talking to people, they're all very important aspects. a practitioner, to demystify everything. What is Advaita? We must demystify it. We read more, then we go into meditation, we experience more. You read more about the oneness concept. And then you read and read and read, and then you go into meditations, then of course you're going to experience it. You read more about astral travel, you experience an astral body traveling. So we will be, dear friends, recommending a set of books in Wisdom Note today. In today's Wisdom Note, here is a book by Dr. Newton Kondaviti, The Art and Science of Meditation. This is a must book for every practitioner. The Art and Science of Meditation. An amazing, everything about meditation is there. It's about 250-page book. Everything is meditation. I call this handbook that one must keep. Anytime you have a question, doubt, you can open this and then get an answer. And those, if you want to teach, this is a must-have book. If you want to spread meditation and then give this wisdom, this is a must-have book, an amazing, simple book about Ana-Pana-Sati book, breath mindfulness meditation. I'm reading this book, Initiation, Human and Solar by Alice Bailey. Now, this is an advanced book about this whole concept of masters and higher energies and frequencies, and a lot of it. I'm also exploring this book called on Adi Shankaracharya, The Mind of Adi Shankaracharya. Now, there are so many books, there are thousands and thousands of books out there in spiritual science. A book called You Are the Placebo that I got hold. Patriji gave me one day and said, you read this book, and You Are the Placebo, but after Joe Dispenza. That changed the way I thought about spiritual science. The most scientific book, one of the best books I've ever read, You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Best book. Anyone practicing Buddha-Seva programs must read this book. You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Amazing, amazing concept and clarity of how our thoughts create reality. What's this quantum field? How are things happening from matter to energy to matter? And then what is stopping us in creating it? Our limiting beliefs, the non-acceptance, the resistance. He talks in such a crystal clear clarity with so many examples that somebody reads the book, there's nothing that you can't manifest in your life if you read that book thoroughly. Everything is possible. And he lays out the techniques and the process. That changed the perspective. In fact, that book is a great foundation for Buddha-Seva quantum foundation work. That we can take spirituality through scientific angles, scientific voice. That was the motivation for me to start thinking about bringing this concept together. Then, of course, Bruce Lipton happened, Biology of Belief. Then Dawson Church happened, Mind to Matter. So many books are there on science and spirituality. So we take the practice of reading books, dear friends. We are going to have another program called book clubs, which will be starting from next week, and then there'll be announcements about it by maybe tomorrow. Today, the facilitator will talk about it. And also, we're going to be sending a small meditation guide to you today. Our team will send you a small meditation guide, a free book on everything about breath mindfulness meditation. In a half an hour, 40-minute read for you, but then please take time to read it. And then get clear about it, demystify the process of meditation. And we'll continue to talk about these aspects as we go along. Let's go into meditation practice, dear friends. We're practicing breath mindfulness meditation, Ana-Pana-Sati. Our goal is to empty the mind. We do this by observing our normal, natural breath. And we get the slide of meditation. Breath mindfulness meditation is sit down comfortably in a chair or on the floor. Cross your feet, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap. If you're wearing spectacles, remove them and observe your breath. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. And then as you are experiencing this emptiness, you may have a sensation in the body, movement, or any kind of visions. Be a witness to them. Observe them, don't interpret them. During the process of meditation, if anything happens to you in your body, do not interpret, but observe. Develop the habit of observing them. That's the part of the practice. Observe your breath, slowly mind goes empty. As the mind is empty, be in that state of emptiness. In case you have any kind of movement or vibration, sensation in your body, observe it. In case you have thought, attention, bring your attention back to the breath and again observe your breath. This is called breath mindfulness meditation. This is where we're going to spend maximum time. And before we do that, we're doing a process called heart elevation, which is simply to lift ourselves into higher emotions of love, joy, gratitude by recollecting an event or an experience from our life, from our past, our present. So this is an important process that helps us to go into deeper meditative states, to relax yourself deeper. We spend a few minutes here, and then we go automatically into the breath mindfulness meditation. Relax yourself, sit comfortably, relax your body. Your eyes closed. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area and your attention on your sacred heart. Feel your beautiful heart Feel the seat of all emotions. Come on, dear friends, connect with your heart center. Love it into your life. The center of emotions, which is expanding all life with its energies of love, compassion, kindness. Feel it. Can you recollect an experience from your past or from your present where you felt enormous love, joy, gratitude? Relive that moment and feel that emotion. We are all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are specks of energy. Intricately connected with each other. The more you experience these energies of love, joy, gratitude, the more you find that connection. And can you radiate this energy onto everything and everybody on this planet Earth? Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Dear friends, relive that moment, feel that energy, allow yourself to direct that energy onto everybody and everything. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, resting your hands comfortably in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Observe out-breath. The mind slowly becomes empty. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness. When you observe your breath, your mind becomes empty. As your mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the present moment. We allow our body to function at its natural best. Merge into your breath and merge into that emptiness inside of you, all around you. Allow yourself. Allow yourself to experience the emptiness where there's no body, where there's no thing. Merge into your breath. All emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy, the field of consciousness. The field of unlimited possibility. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that blackness, the more experiences you draw into your life. it's natural to have thought. When you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to find that emptiness all around. This is the field of unlimited. The field of unknown. The more you are in this emptiness, the more familiar you become. It's your greater self. The longer you are with it, with this emptiness, this field of light, the more you overcome something from your past, the more you move into a great future. Tell yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is the field of all connectedness. This is your greater mind. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, family, friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Express gratitude to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to everything you use, the technology, the system, the company, the governments. Be grateful to yourself and to this intelligent quantum field. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body. Recollect your experiences from the session, and whenever you're ready, keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you went deeper once again. group meditations are more energetic, more conducive compared to individual meditation. So we look to find a group as much as possible. If there is a group doing meditation at a time, just log into it. So today, on Fridays of this program, most Fridays, we are creating opportunities to interact more in smaller groups. So what we call breakout room, we create. There are smaller groups that are created where each of us are assigned to the smaller virtual rooms called breakout rooms. And you'll have one of your facilitators there who will engage a conversation with you. There'll be some senior meditators. So in a smaller room of 30, 40 people, you can interact, ask questions. So those of you new, it's a good experience to talk about how you're doing, particularly in 5 days, whether you had an experience or not, whether you, whatever maybe that you're going through, even just narrating what you're going through so far in your meditation can give clues to the facilitators and other senior meditators to potentially talk to you and then give maybe a little bit of guidance of what can help. So please do share actively or ask questions to the facilitators who are there. We're going to initiate the breakout room process now. And then once you are in the breakout room, we'll continue for about half an hour or so. And then after that, you can exit directly from the breakout room. I may come back here in the common room here. Then again, we'll wait for you. If you're exiting, no problem. If you're here, then we'll meet again. So thank you, folks. So do have a good engaging conversations. Pay close attention to the other meditators who are sharing their experience. It's an important practice, is to listen to others' experiences. That's why we do this very effectively through these breakout rooms. Yes. So can we initiate, Koti?
Yes, sir.
And so when the breakout room is initiated, it'll take a few seconds, just hold until these facilitators are there.